is where you are. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our first ever live stream here on Patreon. I'm so excited. So, the way that this will work best is if you guys are joining and participating in the chat so that it's not feeling like I'm just talking to myself. So I would love to hear from you guys where you're from, your name, if it's not clear from your YouTube channel name. And yeah, let's just start hanging out. So a little bit of overview for those who maybe are newer, because this is the first one. I kind of want to give just an understanding of how this is going to look moving forward. So as part of my changing things on Patreon, I've decided that I'm going to now have my Abiding Hope tier, which is my middle tier. Instead of doing journal with me's that are just me sort of filming and then editing and posting, I, moving forward, am going to do monthly journal with me live streams, and that's what this is. It's the first one. So I'm very excited about that. And then the idea is that this live stream, when the recording is done and we've finished hanging out, will be available for anybody who wasn't able to join us live on Patreon exclusively for 30 days. And then after those 30 days, I'm going to make it available on YouTube for the entire Abiding family so that anybody can watch and enjoy the recording. But I really hope that anybody who is enjoying the recording, if you are interested in actually participating live, you might want to consider becoming a patron by checking out patreon.com/myabidingjournal. Or if you don't want to become a patron and it's just not the right time or thing for you, do thank our patrons of this channel and this community in the comments of this video, because they are the ones who make not only this video possible, but all of my content here on YouTube possible is because of my patrons. So thank you so very much to all of my patrons for being here and supporting this community, and I really hope that you are finding all of the benefits that the Patreon community gives back to you, like the live streams, like the exclusive videos, and all of the printables, everything that is available for you. I hope that you find it worth being part of this community as well. So that is my spiel for the beginning, and now let's just start to hang out. And I'm gonna get to my journaling very soon. I promise we will turn the camera around, but I always think it's nice to have a little face-to-face moment since I don't do that too often. And we can just chat a little bit first. So, hi Jess. I'm so glad you were able to make the first one live too. That's awesome that you're from Germany and this time works for you. So it's 4 p.m. It is 10 a.m. in central Pennsylvania. It is a very sunny, brisk day, and I think my plan for the rest of the day is going to be to clean and Christmas decorate. I'm very excited to decorate our new home for Christmas. It's going to be so lovely. Oh, we have another JD who's also from Germany. That's awesome. Okay, so apparently I picked a really good time this month for the Friends in Germany. Something that will happen every single month before I go live is I'll also put out a poll, which we already did for this month, with some times that work for me, different dates and times, and then let my patrons pick which of those will work best for the majority. So it's always going to be kind of a different day, a different time each month. That way, I'm hoping everybody will be able to get to participate live some of the time, even if, it doesn't always work for them. So yes, awesome. Thank you, Jess and JD. I'd love to know what you guys are doing right now as well. So I know not everybody actually journals while participating in a live stream. So whether you're doing the dishes or the laundry or just hanging out after a long day of work, I'd love to know what you're up to. And if you have a hot beverage, I would love to know what you're drinking. So I am drinking It's, I think, called Coconut Crunch coffee. It's a flavored coffee from this place in North Carolina that we go to every year when we are having our annual vacation in the Outer Banks. And this coffee is their most popular. I can't remember what the place is called, but it's a coffee shop slash bookstore, which is, you know, the dream. And so that has been delicious to bring back with me. So that's what I'm sipping on in my beautiful thrifted mug from Goodwill. And I'd love to know what you guys are drinking and what you're up to. Hi, Stephanie, Nashville, Tennessee. So awesome. Thank you for being here. So good. I'd also love your input while I currently have this as the frame of the video before we turn tabletop. I don't know what to do with this space. So most of my videos will probably be filmed in front of this wall because this is my seat in front of my desk, and I have my little lamp on the other side, my ring light, to be able to do the filming. And I think it's nice, you know, to just have a wall as your background. And of course we have our beautiful little pen shelf that we also thrifted. But I don't know what to do with all of the blank space. I don't have any art on my walls anywhere right now, and it's driving me nuts because, you know, we need art. We need art to make our lives fulfilled. So I don't know if I want to do like a bunch of little pieces of art that kind of in some ways frame my head, because if I do one big piece of art, then I'm going to be blocking it all the time in some way with my head. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I'm thinking like maybe a piece right here that says abide, because originally I was thinking like a large art piece that maybe I like hand lettered the word abide on, since, you know, that's my word and also kind of our word for this community, but I'm not sure. So I would love your input on, should I do like a gallery wall of a bunch of little pieces? Would that be too overwhelming in the background of a video? But I just know I don't like this, right? This just sitting here and looking kind of sideways because of my camera angle and nothing else going on is just not the aesthetic we're looking for, but all in good time. So, all right. Jess is continuing to set up her planner, a Sterling Ink Common Planner. I haven't heard of that. I'll have to look into it. And drinking white tea. Ooh, that sounds delicious. And JD's having her favorite orange tea and catching up with journaling. Yes, catching up with journaling. Goodness, I'm so behind in my journaling, but I'm trying not to get in that mindset because it's just not healthy, right? Because it's okay. Given the season that I'm in, we just moved, you know, 2 months ago, and frankly, a lot of my free time is not going into my hobbies like journaling. It is going into house projects, and we've also just been really busy. It's just been a fall where we're kind of not even home most of the time. We've just been running all over the place. So yeah, it's just been a difficult season for actually slowing down and spending time in my journal, which is why I'm so grateful for this live stream, because it kind of forces me in some ways to sit down and just have this time for myself and with you guys. So thank you for that. So I think I'm going to turn the camera around and get to the journaling. Stop showing you my face, and we're gonna just flip it. You get to see, so we have my little bed and the ring light. We'll see if we need the ring light on. I'm hoping that the natural light may be good enough, but let me see here. Maybe not. Let me see what it looks like with the, yeah, I think that lighting is probably a little bit better. So, as you can see, my intention for today is to work on my October in review spread. So for this year, you likely know that I've been doing these monthly review spreads for every month of the year, and they have been honestly a lifesaver in my journaling because it makes me feel accomplished and like my memories are recorded and I'm not falling so far behind because I am not doing all of my, more daily type of entries. At least the general memory of it is captured, even if it's not done in a super long form. And so I'm actually thinking of, in the future, this is a little sneak peek at what my plans are for 2023, but I'm thinking I might get a large journal like this, might even go a little bit bigger, of it being, an A4 size, which I think is just a teensy bit bigger than my Moleskine Extra Large, which is what I'm currently in, and doing an entire journal that is only monthly spreads. So that way, the entire journal will be multiple years of just the highlights. I think that would be a really cool thing to have and be able to look back on. And then in some ways, that journal could also act as a key for my daily journaling, where I can sort of just look through the monthly pages and say, oh yeah, that's the month where we went to see Anastasia. And if I want to see the full spread related to that thing, I can know what year and month to look in my journaling, if that makes sense. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, is having an entire journal dedicated to my monthly spreads. But for now, they are just sort of the introduction to my 2022 journal. They're 12 spreads that I created at the beginning of the journal, and then just have my daily journaling after them, which also works really well either way. So my plan for this journaling session was to sit down with you guys and work on my October in review. I did go ahead and print out some photos that I might want to use on the spread given what we did this month, and I also took some time to write some chicken scratch notes. So as you can see, my handwriting is not always beautiful. When I'm just trying to take really, really fast notes, I suddenly just lose all control of the pen and it's not pretty. But I did take some just quick notes from what happened in October, the main highlights, and the way that I do this, because I haven't been really good at taking these notes throughout the month, which would be ideally what I would do. I would create a little notes section in my notes app and just over time keep a list of the things that I want to include on this page so that when the month is over, I can just reference it. But instead, what I have been doing is I sit down at the end of the month and just reflect back on the entire month, and I use a few tools to jog my memory. So I always go through my photos in my phone, because typically I take photos of main highlights that are happening and also some of the cute little, everyday moments as well. I look at my calendar and see if there's any items that I have listed on my calendar but didn't take photos for. I look back through my Instagram stories. If you're not following me on Instagram, I do post a lot more sort of everyday life stuff there on Instagram in my stories. So if you are interested in kind of more vlog, what's going on in her life content, that is where you would get it. But it's really helpful to look back through the archive of my stories to sort of get a feel for what that month was like for me. So I think those are the three main things that I do to create my list of what were the highlights. Obviously, just thinking back and remembering as well, but I often need some jogging of the memory to be able to reflect and come up with a list like this. I also do try to ask myself questions like, what was God teaching me in this month? Also reflect on, what books did I read this month? Or what was I reading in the Bible and learning? And what is the season? And how did that kind of influence my month and the feel that I want to bring to this page? Those are all good questions to ask yourself as well for these monthly review spreads. So I have my list, I have some little photos, and that is all I have done to prepare. So some of this is going to be, as it always is, flying by the seat of my pants and just seeing what we create. I'm trying to think of where to start, because the nice thing about these pages is I don't have to do them chronologically. I can just sort of pick an item that I know I want to capture and start anywhere on the page, and then I just build out from there. And it always works out really well. I mean, all of these pages, I started in a different place with a different topic, and eventually you just have the entire page filled and it looks great. So it's kind of fun to see how it unfolds. Need a coffee break. I'm gonna read your comments. Ooh, a wooden Faith, Hope, Love behind me. Yeah, that would be cute. Yeah, we will see what I come up with. I really don't know what to put behind me on that wall, because I want it to be, I don't want it to feel like a bunch of reading, because then you're not paying attention, right, to the video, because you're trying to read everything behind me. And I don't want it to be so much small stuff that it feels cluttered, but I also, like I said, don't want one giant thing that maybe gets, you know, cut off partly because of my head being in the frame. So we will see. Okay, I'm going to, oh no, whoops. I meant to bring up my, goodness, my trimmer. I took it downstairs because I was working on a project and I forgot to bring it up. So, all right, you know, we're just gonna have to roll with it, and because I don't want to abandon you guys to go pick up my trimmer. So we are going to go the old-fashioned way and cut these out with scissors, which I am not a fan of because I am not good at cutting straight lines. That wasn't too bad, actually. You did pretty well. Let me know, do you guys primarily, like anything that's a straight line, I use a trimmer for, like everything. If it fits in my trimmer and can be cut with my trimmer, it will be cut with my trimmer. I rarely use scissors unless I'm like fussy cutting out my stickers or things like that. But do you guys use paper trimmers, or are you like scissors all the way all the time? Kind of proud of myself. I'm doing pretty well with these. I love this photo of Caragini in the leaves. I just had like a little field day when I took her on a walk the one day, and the leaves were just so beautiful this year. I don't know, depending on where you live, if the leaves change and if you get to experience sort of the iconic fall foliage. But we do get that in Pennsylvania, and it's one of my favorite things about living here is getting the full experience of all 4 seasons. I feel like every season in Pennsylvania is kind of broken down pretty evenly in some ways in terms of how much of the year it takes up. You know, I feel like if you go more north, then winter is weighted more heavily. If you go more south, then you're going to have a lot more time that feels more like summer. And yeah, here in Pennsylvania, we really get all 4 seasons in a pretty equal amount, and I love that about where I live. My cord is flying all over the place over here. Okay, so my hope is to really document that on this spread, because this was a truly exceptional year for the fall foliage. I don't know if I'm going to use this tree photo because I feel like the colors are not coming through as well as I would want them to. And I'm already going to be using up a lot of space, so I might put that photo to the side and not actually use it. We shall see. And I do that a lot with these spreads. I'll print out photos that I think I want to use, and then by the time it comes to creating the spread, I say, you know, does that really capture what I want it to? And if not, it gets ditched. So, all right, so there are my little photos that I may or may not use on the spread. The ones that I printed out were for visiting my best friend in Philly. We had a great weekend together, and Ben came as well, and she and her boyfriend were there, so we just had like a nice little couples weekend in Philly. And then I have my little bench that I'm so proud of, my window seat I made in October, and this was kind of my first big DIY project that I took on as a new homeowner, and I was very, very proud of it. Jeannie, though, has claimed it as her own, and I'm very sad that I like can't get her to not sit on it. And I also think she's adorable when she sits on it, so I'm not trying that hard to get her to not sit on it, but she also definitely is probably ruining it a little bit with all her fur, and I'm just waiting for her nails to scratch the fabric at some point. But regardless, it does look really cute, and it is a nice place to sit and drink my coffee and watch the birds. So I wanted to capture that and some of my other home projects that I did. Not really home projects, more just like fun little purchases, I guess, for my home, like my new Rifle Paper Company rug that I'm obsessed with in my living room. And I also got these vintage 70s golden yellow curtains for the living room as well that picks up on some of the color in the rug. So I was really happy about those. I also, my desk in my studio, I finally got legs for it, and so that was so exciting. So yeah, those were just sort of my like little home moments. My $2 lamp, if you follow me on Instagram, that I talked about in my stories, I found this amazing, perfectly iconic library little desk lamp at a yard sale for $2, and it brought me so much joy. You know when you get a deal that is just so good you can't believe it? That was that moment for me, and so yes, that's another little item that I want to document for October, my $2 lamp. So your monthly review spreads do not need to just be like birthdays and holidays and crazy special moments. It can be the little joys in life, like finding a $2 lamp at a yard sale. Okay, so where to begin? I'm trying to keep my cord out of the frame for my phone, and I have like washi tape holding it down, and it is not holding it very well. Anyways, so I also have pheasant hunting that my husband does this time of year. Every year I want to capture that on here because that was a big part of his October. It's a great way to get nice sustainable meat in our freezer, so we love that. And we did go to, our one friend always has sort of like a Halloween party. It's really just a costume party that they have at Halloween because there's nothing else Halloween-y about it other than costumes. But Ben and I are not really big Halloween fans. We're just not into it for obvious reasons. But we did attend and dress up as a rock climber and the Dawn Wall. If you are familiar with rock climbing at all, and Alex Honnold, who like free soloed the Yosemite Wall and stuff, essentially that's what we were dressing as, is rock climbers. So, and he was my wall, my rock wall that I climbed. So that was just like a fun little costume that I wanted to capture here. And really my goal, if I have to dress up for Halloween at all, is to have the most bare minimum costume that is only using supplies I already own. And we rock climb, so I already had like that entire outfit for rock climbing, and then I literally cut up one of our moving boxes into a rock wall and used my alpha stickers. This is when journaling comes in handy for other things too. I used some of my alpha stickers to write the Dawn Wall and just made a little string for him to hang it from his neck, and there you go. A quick 5-minute costume that cost us nothing is always my goal. So we'll probably put that on here somewhere as well. But I think I'm gonna start with the leaves because I want to use this piece of washi tape. So this is this giant roll of washi that I got forever ago on, what is that called? Wish, maybe? It might have been that one, or it might have been the other one that I can never remember the name of, but one of those kind of like cheap sites, you know? But this, how perfect is this tree for documenting the beautiful, colorful leaves? And Jess, I just saw in your comments that you said you get really colorful leaves where you are as well. That's awesome. It really is like so magical. An X-Acto knife is what you use. Sorry, I asked you guys forever ago about what you guys use. So an X-Acto knife. Yeah, I don't use an X-Acto knife very often. I feel like I should have one more handy and I would use it a lot more. But yeah, that's really smart, using an X-Acto knife. So my thought is, with this kind of washi tape, my favorite thing to do is to cut out the images rather than using it just as one giant strip, though you certainly can do that as well. And I think I want the fall leaves at the top of the page because I feel like that is really just the highlight of setting the mood for this page, is the fall foliage. So let's see. I also love this kind of washi tape because of the way it just melts into your page. I mean, it looks like I watercolored that onto the page almost, and of course I did not. Oh, so pretty. Love it. We'll probably use some of these other images on here later as well, but I really want to capture that. I don't know. I might put this whole photo on here and then put some like words over this part. So that way I still have the leaves, but I'm not just using that kind of as wasted space. If I'm able to put words over it, then it won't feel so wasted, yeah, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay, put this here. Sorry, my house has or maybe that's my neighbor blowing leaves. I thought it was the garbage truck, and then I thought it was the truck that picks up leaves. It might be that, actually, because I think they're going by right now. But yeah, if you can hear that, it should be over pretty soon. But I'm sorry. Yep, there they go. They're picking up the leaves by the window. The sweepers. Speaking of beautiful fall leaves, now they're all dead and on the ground and need to be picked up by your local borough. But I really love the way that that looks, and I'm sure that we can have some like fun words or phrases to represent this as well. I might even use some of our Autumn Air Collection stickers, which definitely one of my favorite collections that we recently did for the fall. So fun. And I obviously did not get to use that many so far, so I'm really excited to use some of these. The Crisp Autumn Air could be cute doing that over it, but I did print these on the transparent paper, which I love for putting directly on the paper, like the just white, because it melts into your page like you see here. But, and this house is one of those, and you can see it just totally melts into the page. But if you put it over something like this, because it's transparent, it's gonna blend in too much with that and probably not stand out, so I probably won't put those. But I could put like the little leaf pile, though these colors don't really go with this tree, which may bother me. The little rake could be cute though. I could put the little rake right here. I might do that. But I'm wondering, I want like a quote. So do I want this quote? It's a beautiful bright autumn day with air like cider and a sky so blue you could drown in it. Love that. That's Diana Gabaldon. Or this one, I can smell autumn dancing in the breeze, the sweet chill of pumpkin and crisp sunburnt leaves. I think I'll do this one because that one is about leaves, and so it makes more sense. Even though I really love that other one too. What are you guys working on in your journaling? Are you doing October or November spreads? Is that where you're currently at in your journaling? I know some of you said that you're a little bit behind. Are you doing like something that's way in the past? I know whenever I would go scrapbooking with my mom and her friends, it always cracked me up because they're like, you know, middle-aged women with children my age, and they're all working on like baby albums for their grown-up children. So I just think it's funny how, you know, in the journaling community, we feel like we're so behind when we haven't journaled for a month and are working in October when it's actually November. And in the scrapbooking community, it's totally normal to be working on your, you know, scrapbooks for events and things that happened years and years and years ago. It's just funny. All right. Stephanie, you're getting caught up on October spreads too. Glad we're all working kind of in the same theme here. So I could put that there, but I don't love the pumpkins overlapping with this photo. I might cut it off, even though I think that is a really cute part of this sticker. I think it will look better if I cut it. Okay. Yeah, that way it fits nicely right there. And I could put this, I don't know. Maybe I will just save that for another day. That's always a fun thing about the printables too, though you could do this with any stickers. It doesn't have to be the printable stickers, but you can always trim off different parts of the stickers and use them sort of in different creative ways. You don't have to use the sticker exactly as it exists on the sticker sheet, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Ooh, yes, I like that. That looks cute. Okay, now here are the trash men. Oh, it's so funny trying to do live streams and stuff, but you know, life is still going on around you. You have people picking up trash and leaves outside your house. I always try to schedule my live streams at a time that I think the mailman will not be arriving to, because if the mailman comes every single day, Kara Genie, this one right here, the dog, goes absolutely ballistic and just, you know, gets herself all in a tizzy. You think that she would be immune to it by now, that it just wouldn't bother her anymore, but oh my goodness, the whole, you know, stereotypical dog hating the mailman thing is very accurate and true. Okay, So I like our little leaves. I might maybe put my, I don't know. I was thinking I might put this here because of the red in the window seat. Could be cute, but also maybe I want to bring that red elsewhere in the page. So maybe I'll put that somewhere else actually. Cozy moments. Could also, that would be cute. Maybe I'll cut out the cozy moments and put this over it. I'll just cover up. Actually, I might even cut that out so that I don't, you know, I can still use that elsewhere. But put this over here, and then I could write over the sticker on this side about the window seat. So let's do that. I need to get a, what are those called? Like a cup warmer for when I'm doing live streams, because it inevitably happens that I do not finish my coffee or tea before it gets cold. And then it's just sitting here, semi-cold and lukewarm, and I'm in the middle of doing a live stream, so I can't go heat it up in the microwave. So I just have to like suffer through my cold coffee. So I need to get one of those little cup warmers that you sit on your desk, just for the purpose of live streams. Okay. Maybe I'll put this here. And then we can always, like I said, I think I'm gonna just cut this out since I know that I'm gonna put the photo over this. And that way I can just use this as a sticker elsewhere and don't lose that part of the illustration. So it'll look weird right now, but like I said, I'm going to put the photo over that part, and then it will not look weird. But this way, you know, I don't lose this just behind the photo. I can use it elsewhere on the page or on a different page. Sorry, I'm reading comments. Jess, you are caught up in your daily journal spreads. That's awesome. That's so amazing. I honestly look back on the years where I did true daily journaling, where I actually have an entry for every single day, and I do not know how I did it. I do not know. I mean, it is definitely a commitment, but it's worth it. Just not for me in this current season. But I do love capturing sort of like daily moments and in a highlights way, and having full spreads for some days of my year. And I still consider that daily journaling, even if it's not me literally sitting down at my desk every single day. And I always try to encourage others to not get caught up in daily journaling must be 365 days a year, or else you can't say you daily journal, because I think that's silly. But I do think it's amazing when people can accomplish that level of journaling. Okay, so we're gonna put her in the little window seat right there. I don't know if I'm gonna use this one because it's harder to read than I wanted to. Sometimes I love taking photos of my Instagram stories because it means I have captions sort of written on it already, which can be fun for your journaling, is to use Instagram stories to create captions for your journaling. So this was a little story where I wrote about, you know, reading my morning devotional, my DIY window seat, maple latte in a thrifted mug, pumpkin bread with peanut butter, and I just wrote God is good. So you can kind of read it, but it is a little bit fuzzy on these top ones. I don't know, maybe I could, and maybe if it's just the top ones, I could trim it down so that way you just see the window seat and the devotional. Yeah, that's a really good point, Jess. Jess said about it being too hard to do daily journaling in a Cahiers size, which is what I'm in right now, a Cahiers extra large, or even an A5 would be too big for her, she said, to do daily journaling. And I think you're right. I do think a smaller size makes it a lot easier. And I actually think I'm going to go to a smaller size for my daily journaling in 2023, but going to keep a larger size for my highlights journaling. So I might be sizing up a tiny bit for my highlights journaling, but sizing down. I'm not sure how small yet, but definitely sizing down for daily journaling. So, do I want this on here? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that photo. I'm not sure I want to include it. All right, let's get Philly on here. I might just put this down without much thought, just to get things moving. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Just start sticking, and then you have to work with where you put it instead of overthinking about where it could go. So we'll put that there, and don't know if any of these. This one would be cute to include because of it being kind of a couples weekend in Philly, even though technically it was not that cold when we went. I mean, I'm wearing short sleeves, but it could just be cute. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it. Sometimes aesthetics wins out over actual practical representation of what happened. Do you know what I mean? I struggle with that. I think I mentioned that in a previous video a while ago. Like I tend to be somebody who wants everything to be very true and representative of what actually happened. So I'm always looking for, you know, like I'm not going to use this rocking chair sticker unless I actually sat in a rocking chair that day, rather than just being like, oh, the rocking chair is cute and represents fall and I like the way it looks, so I'm going to put it on the page, right? That would be a reasonable person's thought process of, oh, I just like it and it's cute, so I'll put it on the page. But I'm like way too literal when it comes to stickers. I'm always like, oh, I can't use it unless I actually did that thing, which is silly. So I'm gonna break that habit right now and put this sticker down, even though we were not as bundled up. Sorry, I'm shaking you because the cord is falling again. I wonder if I put it under, sorry, I'm gonna bump you for a second. There. Okay, I think that is probably better to hold the cord. Anyways, yes, I'm going to include this, even though it was much warmer than this little sticker indicates, but that's okay. It's cute. So cute. This is bothering me. I need to use some extra tape. Put this down. Okay. I'm curious to see what I'm going to use for 2023 too, Jess. Oh my goodness. Every now and then I have a thought about like, oh my goodness, 2023 is literally like a month away and I need to get on my planning, my planning for 2023. So silly, but yes, I've been thinking a lot about what I want my journaling practice to look like next year. I really am wanting I think I want a good, slightly smaller journal, whether that's A5 or B6, that takes fountain pen well and also potentially can use watercolor well. And I don't want it to be too many pages. So if anybody has any suggestions for A5 or only a tiny bit smaller than A5 that has great paper for fountain pens and potentially watercolor, but it's also thick enough for me to add like photos and stuff, right? So it's difficult to find the perfect notebook. There's just so many considerations, as I shared in a recent video on how to choose the best notebook for you. There's so many things to think about. But I think this is looking pretty good. So let me see here. Maybe I'll build out right now the other points about doing like DIY home stuff. And then I can cross that off the list. I also want to capture my husband is celebrating 10 years of I guess since his graduation from Messiah College, now university. That's where he went to school for his undergrad, and so we went to their reunion on a very, 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 very rainy weekend because it was, I forget what the name of the hurricane was, but there was a hurricane that pushed a lot of rain our way, and so it was not the nicest weekend for a homecoming, but nonetheless, we made the most of it. So yes, I want to put that on the page too. Maybe I'll just do that now and then I'll move on to this because that's such a nice, easy thing to put on. Where do I want it? I think I'll just put it at the bottom. Is this in frame? No, it's not. Okay, let's pick a pen. I think I'll just do a plain black pen. And then maybe I'll color this in. But my thought is just to do the number of years, 10. So maybe 10. Years. Sorry, I know you cannot see what I'm doing because of my leftiness. My hand just curls over and covers all of the words, but I just wrote 10 years since Messiah, since that's where he went to college. And then I think in parentheses under it, I'm just gonna write like a very rainy Reunion. What the heck am I writing? I just put an F. That's not what I want. Luckily, an F turns into an R very easily. There's nothing worse than spelling something wrong in pen, in your journal. There we go. We fixed it though. It's a very rainy reunion. And I think I will just through my pencils. Maybe I'll just use a Prismacolor pencil to color this in. Maybe I'll even get fancy and we'll do a little blending. So I'll just color like halfway and then make it lighter, because Prismacolors blend so beautifully and I really don't use them to their full potential very often. You know, these are like high artist grade colored pencils and I just use them like I'm a toddler. So we will do a little bit of blending to make it more artsy. So what will we blend it into? Maybe this color. This way it kind of plays off of the trees is what I'm thinking. On the top of the page, it kind of connects them. See, look how beautiful that blends. Oh, so magical. There we go. 10. Okay. Can you guys see that well? I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see the blending. 10 years since Messiah for a very rainy reunion. So that's really fun. That's a fun way to just document highlights related to anniversaries, is just put the number and write out what it is, but do something fun with the number, you know what I mean? Like a fun big sticker, or use a stencil, use some crayons or some colored pencils, some markers, and just make the number for that anniversary, that milestone, really big and fun. And then let me put this, since this kind of is my least important photo, but I also did want to document it because I was pretty proud of my creativity with this costume. So I'm gonna put that down in the corner. Maybe I'll just write costume party. Rock climber and her wall. Climber. And her wall. Okay. I might put that there just because sometimes things like this that don't really represent anything other than the season, it's just a little border, or washi tape is good for this too, just is a good way to set your different items in a review spread like this apart so that there's more focus on it. Because if I just wrote something else right here about something else that we did, it would be a little bit jarring, I think, to the eye. It just helps to have some separation with either borders or washi or even just drawing lines to separate things can be helpful. Okay, so I like that. And I think now, like I said, I want to move on over here to writing out my DIY projects. I think though I want to use some alpha stickers to write DIY. Let me see if I can find where my alpha stickers are. Let's forget which drawer they're in. I do have these little ones. Are they too small though, is the question. But I like this color. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of small, but I think that's what I want to do. How do I want to do this? Where do I want to do it? Do at the bottom here. DIY. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. I am not a tweezer person, but I feel like I should be. I always see people, especially like on Instagram reels or whatever, when they're journaling, and they always have their tweezers and they use them like for everything. It's like these people don't have fingers. They're just tweezers. Tweezers everywhere. Because that's how they like tear off the sticker. That's how they put it on the page. They use tweezers for everything. And I just don't ever use tweezers. But whenever I'm doing something like this, especially with letters, I'm always like, man, tweezers would really come in handy. Maybe I should become a tweezer person. I'm gonna keep these out because there might be something else I want to write with alpha letters, and it would always be good to use the same ones so that way you bring some cohesion to the page. But I'm really loving the colors of this so far. I feel like it really represents October super well, and just the bold, bright fall leaves that we had. And I also think it's always helpful when using a set like this, you know, a set of stickers. It just helps you to keep within a theme, a journal theme. So I love that. I think I might stick this girl under the tree because I just really love the leaves as a focal point, because for me it was just the highlight of October. They were so pretty. So yes. I hope that you guys got some good use out of the autumn air stickers in your fall journaling too, because this is definitely one of my favorite sets more recently. I just really love how this sticker collection turned out. If you are watching the recording of this on YouTube after the fact, this is one of the sticker sets that is available on my Patreon, and when you join Patreon you get access to every sticker set that I ever created. So so cute. I love this one. So she's gonna go, I think, just right under the tree. See how she looks over the tree. We might want to cut out a place for her head. Oops. In case it blends too much. I don't know. No, I think it works okay. Here we go. That's cute. I get so distracted when I'm doing these types of spreads. I am all over the place, everywhere, all the time. I don't know. I just cannot stay focused on like, oh, we're gonna journal about this item now. I'm always like, ooh, no, I want to stick this sticker here, and I just end up being all over the page. So you're seeing the real deal process. That's the glory of live streams, right? You don't get to see the edited version. So now I will, I think, ooh, that will look nice there. Okay, maybe I'm gonna put this down and then I'm going to focus on the DIY projects like I said I was going to. Yes, you're the same way with tweezers. Yeah, I get why they're amazing, exactly. But I just never end up using them. I think I need to get, maybe that's something I'll look for soon to add to my collection. I mean, I have like eyebrow tweezers and things like that, but I feel like the art tweezers are a different thing. I bet my mom probably had some in her craft supplies, which I've not yet gone through. It's like one of those daunting things on my list to do is go through all of my mom's craft supplies and journaling, and well, not journaling, she didn't journal, she scrapbooked, but yeah, she just has an entire craft room full of stuff that I have to go through, and I'm sure there are tweezers in there somewhere that could be mine, but that will be for another day, because that is going to be an emotional ride to go through that room. But I also don't know where I'm going to put all the stuff, because I know that there's plenty of stuff that I would want to take, because she just had an amazing collection of, you know, papers and all, especially tools. She was really into scrapbooking tools. So she just has all kinds of things that would be fun to be able to inherit and take on for my own memory keeping. So now, what did I do with that pen? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to write over here, I think, just some of my projects. Window. Window seat. Studio desk. The top of my desk is actually a piece that my dad made. I'll definitely talk more about all of this studio stuff whenever I get around to finishing my studio and creating a whole like tour of it, but my desk here was made from like 1800s wood from an old home that my dad salvaged, and the middle piece is from a furniture piece that my pop-up owned. And so my dad took this piece and these two end pieces. I guess I can show you the desk. Look at the wood. But anyways, this is the middle piece, and then these are the end pieces. And he put them together and refinished them and stained them. He refinishes hardwood floors for a living, and so does a lot of woodworking stuff in his free time. But I love the way that this turned out. And then I just bought legs on Amazon, just some little steel legs, and put the top on it. And so that was kind of a DIY project that I did as well. So that is on the list. And then I want to mention my Rifle Paper Company rug, which is in my living room and I'm obsessed with. Oh my goodness, I love Rifle Paper. Oh man, I wrote Rifle Company, which definitely has a different meaning without the word paper in there. That's funny. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to write paper at the top. Paper Company. That's okay. That looks fine. Mistakes happen. Yeah, Rifle Company versus Rifle Paper Company are two very different things. So, Rifle Paper Company rug, so beautiful. They have gorgeous paper products, but they also make some home decor stuff like rugs and some patterned chairs and things like that that are so beautiful but very expensive. But I was able to find one of their rugs on Amazon for much cheaper, and I actually think they're really on sale right now for Cyber Monday, Black Friday sales. So if you're interested in a Rifle Paper Company rug, look on Amazon because they have some for really good prices right now. Okay, vintage curtains. All right, and that is my little list of DIY / home decorating. Maybe I'll say DIY and maybe I'll just say homemaking, which I feel like is one of those words that has stupidly negative connotations. Like it's a bad thing to be a homemaker, when actually it's a beautiful thing that I think we all should aspire to, whether we work a full-time job or not. So, and homemaking. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I might need to do like, I don't know if I want to do a doodle right here or a sticker, but it needs something. Would this fit there? No. I could put leaves. That is an option. Cut out these little baby leaves. Okay. Thanks, Jess. I'm glad you liked my stories of it on Instagram of my desk. I am very, very happy with it. And it actually was a piece, so the top of my desk, my dad did not make to be my desk. He actually made this forever ago and originally intended for it to be, I think, their dining room table or something like that. But he didn't like it for whatever reason. I love it. I think it's beautiful. So it's been sitting in his garage for the longest time, and I finally was just like, are you gonna do something with that? Because if not, I want it. And he was like, oh yeah, no, you can have it. So I took it and I put legs on it, and now I have a beautiful desk. Ugh. This is another time where the tweezers probably come in handy because I do struggle often to get the backs off of my stickers, but there we go. Put a little leaf there, and we'll put a little leaf above it. I do, the transparent sticker paper, I just love how it melts into the page and looks like you drew these things onto your page. It just has a different look than when you do the plain white sticker paper, which also is nice and helpful for some things. Some things don't work well with transparent sticker paper, but okay. And then I think I need one more leaf at the top here. Do I have another on here? Yeah, we'll use this red one. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that I cut out from my edited videos, is the hour worth of footage of me just trying to get the backs off of my stickers. It's literally hours probably that I cut out from my videos of me just struggling. There we go. Okay. So funny. All right. Cute. I really like that little corner. There goes the trash truck again. Goodness. All right. I am loving the colors in this page. Looks so good. I kind of want to write like beautiful fall foliage, but I think I want to just get, I'm sure somewhere I have little scraps of sticker paper. I used to keep them right next to me, but I'm not seeing them. Maybe is this? No. Excuse my reach as I go to the back of my desk. Some little word stickers would be cute too. I could use, I don't know if any of these would fit. These are kind of weird phrases that don't. Sorry for the garbage truck going by again. Nothing hinders happiness more than happy memories. What? That doesn't really make sense. I disagree with that statement. Every move's a promise. Sorry, I'm like trying to read all of these, but the world is endless, love is the fruit. I don't think these are gonna work after I wasted all that time looking at them. Oh goodness, now I'm not gonna be able to fit them back in their little envelope. There we go. Yeah, they're just not quite right for this entry. I wish I had, I don't think I have any sticker books that are focused on fall. That would have, I mean, maybe in here, I know that there's like little word phrases in here somewhere. Here. Remember this moment, pretty darn cute. That would be cute, pretty darn cute. It's beautiful here. My favorite person. That would be funny if I put the my favorite person sticker next to my dog. That would be a cute, ironic thing. Today made me smile. Let's be happy together. Sunshine on my mind, making memories. I like happiest together for this one. My stomach is starting to grumble because I haven't eaten anything yet today. I was trying to make it to lunch. But I'll put that Happies Together here, and then I can put like a little leaf or something there, and then write about our couples weekend in there. So that's good for that, but it does not solve my leaf problem. Love this. Here, I can just use some scraps off of these ones that happen to be on white sticker paper. These are the Ephesians collection stickers, by the way, obviously all cut up because I've used a lot of them. But this collection of stickers is available on the new Abiding Faith tier, which actually is something I wanted to include in my October spread because of it being when I was creating the stuff to get my new Abiding Faith tier launched. So maybe I would want to stick one of these on here. Let me see if these are just some other examples. Obviously, this is not what the full sheets look like because these are just fragments of them, but it's 4 full sheets of stickers, all related to Ephesians, that I originally created for Club 119, which is a kind of Bible study group that my friend Alyssa Nalani here on YouTube runs, and she asked me to design stickers for it, and she said that I could also post them on my Patreon when I created this new tier. So yes, so these are available on Patreon on the Abiding Faith tier if you're interested, and I'm going to be designing a new collection that will be launched at the beginning of December, so just in a little bit over a week, that is going to be for Advent. So I'm very, very excited to launch the next sticker kit for the Abiding Faith tier. If you're interested in that, it's very, very exciting. I just am loving it. I also have other things on there besides the sticker kits. We're going to be doing live streams of Bible studies. They're not going to be monthly like the Journal With Me's, but they are going to be on a quarterly basis. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think our first quarterly Bible study with me is going to be in January. And like I said, the new sticker kit is launched next month. And then every month I am creating these. Here, I just have them here. I put little notches in mine because I keep them in a memory box, but these are scripture memorization cards that I create. So those will come out at the beginning of every month for us to be learning some new scripture together. Oops, I almost knocked over my glass. And then on a weekly basis, I have been posting what I call Faith Fridays, and they're basically kind of blog style posts related to anything happening in my current life. I just threw out that sticker piece that I cut because I was talking and not paying attention. Is this it? Okay. This is what I cut out. So my thought with this, before I got distracted by the Ephesians collection and talking about the Abiding Faith tier, because I'm really, really excited about that, is to use this little scrap of sticker paper to create 3 lines for me to write on. So I'll just there we go. Okay. Make sure that I write on the right side. Okay, this is the right side. So my thought process is to write beautiful, I think that's what I want to write, just beautiful fall foliage is, I think, a nice sentiment. I'm trying to pick a pen. I think I might do this kind of burgundy Le Pen pen. Le Pen pen. That's the brand, is called Le Pen. And it's one of my favorites, actually. I do a lot of my journaling in my growth book with these pens, or at least I used to. I haven't done that super recently. Okay, so let me write beautiful. And maybe instead of doing it all in the same color, we will represent fall foliage by doing all different colors. There we go. So that will go there. Beautiful. And then fall, I'm going to write, maybe I'll use this kind of golden brush pen. Fall. And we'll write foliage. Should I just use this one again, or should I do a different one? I'll just use this slightly lighter red color. Foliage. Oops. Okay. All right, I'm gonna trim that. I love using sticker paper for these sorts of things. I just think it's so easy, and it lets you sort of create your own stickers in a way, but just by drawing, you know, drawing or hand lettering or whatever, when there's a phrase or something that you want to incorporate. But of course I can't just write this right there. I need something to back it. And so the sticker paper is really nice for incorporating that. I might use these pens elsewhere for highlights, so I'll keep them out. Okay, now we just need to take the backs off and foliage. I'm gonna put the outside ones on first, and then that way I can center the middle one. Just makes it a little bit easier to get the placements right if you kind of work your way in when doing a series of stickers. Cute. Okay, beautiful fall foliage. All right, so let's see what we've incorporated on here already. So we have the DIY stuff. We have 10 years since Messiah and it being rainy. We have, we have the window seats. Visited Michelle in Philly. We have, but I haven't written anything about it yet, so I should write that. Decorated for fall, I think it's kind of incorporated. The leaves, we definitely have. Pheasant hunting, I have here, but I haven't said anything about it. Halloween, I did go for a hike, so I'm gonna put that on here too. And then our Now to Next campaign for the college where I work, we had a celebration for finishing the campaign. So I thought I might I think I'm gonna just stick this one here at the bottom. And we will just put that on here, and I'll probably put a comment about, so because it was a big campaign event and had some very significant donors at the event, the food was just amazing. It was out of this world. So I was really glad that I could bring Ben with me because, you know, this guy loves free food, especially when it's super good free food. And they had this one station that was Chilean sea bass, and it was the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. It really was. It was so good. I'm going to, I think, round these edges because I didn't cut it very nicely, and I think this will disguise the fact that I didn't cut it very nicely a little bit better. I don't know, whatever. Okay, get that out of the way, get that out of the way, get this out of the way. Let me put this down, let me drink some cold coffee. Yes, right? Who doesn't love free food? Yeah, so I'm very lucky in my work. I get a lot of free food because I work with the college's board of trustees. And so whenever they have the board of trustees on campus multiple times a year, you know, I get to attend as part of my work their fancy dinners. So I'm often bringing home food for Ben from leftovers from my different work events. So that's always fun. Little work perks like that, right? All right, so maybe I'll just write. I feel like once I get to this stage, after I've been doing this kind of spread for, you know, it's been over an hour, I start to get sloppy and just like, I just want to be done recording stuff. So I just start writing wherever, however. I'm just gonna write now to next. Campaign celebration. And I really do want to record the Chilean sea bass on here, so because it was just like a fun memory, because we just like were talking about it nonstop for a week after the fact. Maybe I'll just write, I'm gonna write it like on a slant so that it kind of is a frame for the photo. Best thing I ever ate. And I'll say equals Chilean, I don't know if I'm spelling this right, but it's okay. Sea bass. There we go. So doing the red words on either side kind of creates a nice little frame to set off that photo. So that looks good. And what else do we have to document still? We did Halloween, the dawn wall. I did the hike. That was something I wanted to document, and also the I guess this is not going to fit. I really do want to use my big stickers, but it might not be. I think it just might not work for this page given the ones that I have left, but that's okay. I think instead I will just use some Faith stickers that I have from other I don't even know, this is, I don't know when I got this or where it's from, but they're really cute. Set my heart aflame, don't let comparison overshadow your blessings. That could be good. Like, does the color work? I guess it kind of does because it matches the orange up here maybe. So I want that here or here. I might put it, I'm gonna put it down here. And then I feel like I need ooh, like one of these. Oh, it's too small. I'm thinking I want like a circle sticker of some kind that I can write on. Maybe there's one in here. I really just want a sticker that I can no, that I can write on, but will be like a way to set apart this so that I'm not just writing right onto the paper, because I think it will blend in too much with the text that's right here, if that makes sense. I just want it to be like a little frame. These hearts would work well if they weren't so big. And these are too small. Though I could maybe if I just layer these. Oh, I hope you can't hear my stomach grumbling. It's grumbling so loudly. Oh my goodness. We're almost done though. I think I just have a few more things to do. And then I can go eat and I can go decorate for Christmas and get our house cleaned up, because we're having friends come over a little bit later because we're going to go out for dinner with them and do trivia nights at our local little pub, which is so much fun. So I need to get this place in order because they haven't seen the new house yet, so they're very excited to see the new house, but also the house is not currently in a state where I want it to be seen. So I have to get cleaning. And also, like I said, I want to start decorating for Christmas. I know I'm not going to get everything that I want to done, but I think it'd be nice to just start the process. Okay. I think I'm just going to write grateful for Patreon, new abiding faith tier. Because I am so abundantly grateful for you guys. You have no idea. Grateful for Patreon. and then I'm going to say new tier abiding faith. Okay, cute. There we go. That works. So now I also wanted to record my new Bible study group and how that's been going so well. And we just have a really amazing group this season for Bible study. That's been a huge blessing because in previous seasons, have felt like I wasn't gaining as much as I could from my Bible study. So I wanted to just, praise God for that. Maybe this praise him sticker would work well. And I think it would be fun to create just like a list of the people in our Bible study. Not last names, but just first names, so I know. Here, maybe, there we go. Here's a Bible study sticker. So maybe I'll use this. This sticker just keeps coming up. I think I didn't have it stuck well to the washi roll, and yeah, it just lost some of its stickiness over time. But okay, I think maybe I'll just do a classic outline. Just always an easy way to set apart a section. And then could put I'll focus on my blessings in there, but I just want like a simple, thankful sticker, but I need it to be small. So blessed could work. Just use the praise him. I mean, let's see, is this too big? I feel like that could work. I'll just I'll put that there, praise him. I'm not going to have enough room to write their names, but that's okay. I'll just say grateful for an amazing Bible study group. Okay, that looks nice. So then go back to my list, getting down to it. Have to do the hike. Oh, we have to write about Philly. I should just do that a while. We did the faith tier. my dad visited. Oh, my $2 lamp. That was when we went to a yard sale together, and that's where I got the lamp. So I might put that in here then, since it's related to our home stuff. Maybe I just write it kind of bigger, like, I think I'm gonna just write like quality time with dad. Quality time with dad. And I just need to write under that, like thrift shopping, yard sales, thrift shopping, $2 lamp. Yard sailing and thrift shopping together. And then I'm gonna go back to this golden color, and I think I'm just gonna write like best find. And then I'll say $2 lamp for library. Which, speaking of our library, I'm very excited because I finally put all of the books on their shelves, because they were just sitting in piles on the floor for the last 2 months since we moved in. Finally put them on the shelves and got them organized. But then, get this, I I found a whole other large tote of books, and I already organized and filled the shelf completely, which means now I just have a tote of books without a home, and that should fit into there because of course they're from all different genres, and I organize my books by genre, and so some of these books need to go on the current shelf, but there's not room for them, and it's a whole little ordeal. So I need to figure out, I need to eventually, I'm hoping for Christmas that my dad will help make me a new bookshelf for in our library, because we definitely need more room, because right now we can't even get additional books, because our current book collection fills the shelves entirely. So I really want a new bookshelf, but I also need a new bookshelf because my current books do not fit on the bookshelf that I have, and so I don't know what I'm gonna do in the meantime with that tote of extra books. All right, I'm gonna write pheasant hunting here. I might do this in this color as well. I do love these brush pens. These are the Fudenosuke, I think is what they're called, Pentel Touch brush pens. They work really, really nicely. pheasant hunting. I'm curious what you all are planning on doing with the rest of your day as well. Are you just gonna continue journaling after this? Do you have other plans? I know some of you are kind of at the end of your day, whereas I'm at the beginning of my day. Okay, pheasant hunting, but yeah, I'd love to know what you're up to the rest of your day or evening. Pheasant hunting, what do I want to say about it? Maybe I'll put a line here to separate the costume party. You'll just write like Jeannie loves brisk mornings. In the fields, flushing birds. So if you don't know anything about pheasant hunting, basically most people take a dog or dogs with them who are hunting dogs, and the dogs go out in the fields ahead of the guys and basically flush or scare up the birds that are stocked in that area. So they're basically birds that are bred to be hunted instead of going directly into your grocery store like chickens. They're put into a field to be hunted so that it becomes wild game for you to take home. So it's kind of a more sustainable meat source and also adds some fun for the owners and the dogs to be able to go out and enjoy nature together and getting to hunt. So yeah, so Jeannie helps with the hunting for getting the pheasants, and she loves it. It is so fun. I got to go the other day with Ben, and it's just so fun to see them in action working on the hunt. Hi, Teresa. Oh, I'm so happy you're enjoying this, and I'm glad you were able to join even though you're at work. I kind of do that too if it's a slower day. Every now and then I'll have some YouTube or whatever on in the background. And I'm glad you were able to print your sticker sheets for the month. So I'm really excited about the sticker sheet for, what is this month? The one coming, December. The December sticker sheets are so beautiful, and frankly, I could not have created them without your input, because a few of you commented on the color palette post. When I ask you to vote on the color palettes, I also always ask you to give any suggestions for illustrations or quotes that you want to see. And some of you suggested a more Victorian style for the Warm Winter Wishes collection, which is not what I had in mind at all originally. I had a very more modern style in mind for the Winter Wishes collection, but I'm so happy that I saw your suggestions and it just changed my mindset about how to approach that sticker collection. And so I was able to create some stickers that I think you guys really like. I already posted the mini printable, and later today or tomorrow I'm going to post the large sticker sheet for you all. And I'm really excited about the large sticker sheet. I think you guys are going to love it, and I just think the collection is just really pretty and is going to be fun to use this Christmas. Are you guys doing December daily or anything like that? I'm curious if that's something you do. It's not something I've really done personally in the past, other than if I was already doing daily journaling, but it is tempting to do December daily. Even if I don't do like fill a whole page, I'm thinking maybe I could do December daily and just do like you know, one page is broken into 4 days or something like that. Could be nice. I don't know. I have to think about it. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. All right, let me figure out what I want to do here. I'm looking for, I got out this One Canoe 2 sticker book because I need something for hiking, and this typically has more outdoorsy stickers. Maybe this is the wrong one. Traveler, road trip, camping. No, I think I probably already used all of the hiking. Oh, here it is, take a hike. But this is too intense of a hike. Our hike was not in snowy mountains. Again, me trying to be too literate with what stickers represent and mean, but you know, sometimes it is a little bit literal and it's just not quite right. I'm just not digging any of those. Maybe this one is more summery, but we might be able to find a good hike or fresh air. That could be good. Maybe I'll use that one. Fresh air and sunshine. I am partly just picking them because I like the colors, but fresh air, sunshine, and then I could put like a little leaf there and then just write out hike. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to, they have letters. Yes, they do, but they're too big. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll use, remember I said about wanting to bring these back? Since we used them down here, I'm gonna write hike. Is this in frame? I don't think it is. Sorry. Okay. Again, I understand why tweezers would be helpful for something like this. Okay, hike, H-I-K-E, in case you were wondering how to spell the word hike. Okie dokie, K, and E. Okay, fresh air, sunshine, hike. And then I'll just write, put that out of the way. Maybe I'll use hike with Mary and Emily. Those are the two friends that I went with. I'll say at Darlington Trail. Okay. And then I don't know what to do with this awkward space that I just created. I don't like that that's not centered at all, but oh well, such is life. Do I put a line? What do I do? When in doubt, doodle. That is the way we fill the spaces that are awkward, just with a little doodle. Sorry, just reading your comments. Jess plans on just continuing with your daily journaling. That makes sense if you're already doing daily journaling. I'm just thinking, because I haven't been doing daily journaling, that it might be fun to bring more of a daily element back to my journaling practice. Though, especially the number of pages I have left, I don't know. Because I want to finish filling this book by the end of the year. That is important to me. So we shall see. Pheasant honey. I think I'm just gonna put like a sticker here that's a word sticker, like loved or so fun, you know, that kind of sticker that just captures the feeling. Smile. The time is now. These are the days. I kind of like the time is now because that is the season. It's pheasant hunting season. I think this is the time to do it. There we go. That works nicely there. And then I need maybe one more word sticker that would work in here. The get outside would be perfect, but I think it's gonna be too long. I could trim it. Blissful, I don't think, sweet, seek. I'm just looking at the short words. Yes. I could say seek, but I think I'm just gonna trim this one, especially since I already took it off. There we go. Outside. Fresh air, sunshine, hike outside. And then all I need to do is, I think all I have to do is fill in my little bit here. Are you guys seeing this? I feel like it looks a little fuzzy every now and then, but I don't know, it might just be my internet. Teresa is daily planning and journaling on most days. Excited to use the adorable stickers, thank you. Yes, I agree. Most months are quiet, but the holidays do bring more excitement to your journaling, which I think is why a lot of people are interested in doing December daily, because if they don't journal daily the rest of the year because they feel like their life is boring or whatever, even though I don't think that's a good reason to not journal, but a lot of people do say that. December is a good month to feel like there's a little bit more to talk about in your journaling, and that's why it's a good time to try daily journaling. So yeah, if you haven't, I would encourage you to give it a try in December. You also, if you think December daily is overwhelming, I think creating a highlights page like this for December that is just some of your main moments from the month would be a really fun thing to look back on too. That's a little bit more easy to accomplish. Okay, I just need to see if I have some more leaves, because I do want to cut out a leaf. I'm gonna cut out this leaf and stick it right here. And then I just need to write some of the highlights for our trip to Philly. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I won't write the highlights because I do think I'm gonna create a spread for going to Philly. So maybe what I'll do is just write, again, hand lettering like in big font, trip to Philly. But then I think that covers all of my major things. I think the only one I didn't include on here was, oh, I should write Ben's caving trip on here just so that he remembers that happened this month. I could just put that at the bottom because he went on like a caving weekend trip, and I do like to try and document his highlights in my journal for him as well. But yeah, so I might want to put that on here then. Maybe I'll just write that while I'm thinking of it at the bottom. I'll just write Ben caving in West Virginia. Sometimes with these highlight pages, it's just a matter of being like, oh yeah, that happened in this month. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to be a huge ordeal of photos and lots of things to represent. I was thinking maybe I'd use that to do a line, but it might be easier to freehand it. But yeah, like his West Virginia trip, sure, I probably could find a photo to represent it for him and have put that on the page or asked him what some of the highlights were of the trip. But I think in this case, it's just important that he remembers like, oh yeah, that happened in October of 2022. And here it is, recorded in the journal. So now let me go back up here and I'm just going to write Philly trip to visit Michelle. That's my best friend since 6th grade, 7th grade. Michelle and Dalton. Okay. And grateful. Just seeing if there's like a little word sticker again that I could put right here. Those colors don't really work well. Could just do friends. I think I'm just gonna do friends and sweet life. Those are little stickers, and then we'll just put little dot doodles as I typically do for these types of pages. And I think we're basically done, friends. I think all I want to do is put, so I always go around and do kind of like little dots or stars or something in any spaces that were left totally unfilled. And by totally, I mean like tiny, tiny little gaps, right? And then I do just want to put something in this corner. Is pretty empty. So I might maybe I'll just put this acorn up there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Just fill that little space. All right, fam. That is going to be the end of this page as I continue to put little doodles in spots, but that's it. This one needs a doodle. This is a big space. Okay, perfect. Now I'm done. I'm done. I am really happy with how this turned out. I think this is a great month in review spread that really captures my highlights from this month. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and journaling with me. Thank you so much for being a patron. I'm so grateful for you. Truly, you are just a huge blessing in my life. Oops, this is good timing because Jeannie is barking at something. So yeah, this is the finished entry. I'll just quick walk us through our page and hold it up for you guys. So we have our nice, beautiful fall foliage representation here with the watercolor tree washi and some of the stickers from the Autumn Air collection available on Patreon. And then we did some little sticker paper lettering to write out beautiful fall foliage, stickers up here about hiking, a trip to Philly, some photos, and more of our fall stickers. I love our little cozy moments section where I talked about some of the home and DIY things that I was working on, talked about being grateful for my Bible study, our little pheasant hunting review, and 10 years since Messiah, some work things, and of course the blessing of the new tier on Patreon, quality time with my dad. I mean, so many happy memories recorded on one page. So I'm so grateful for you guys. Let me see if I can turn it back to say thank you as I head out. There we go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending time here on Patreon. I really hope that you enjoy using some of the stickers that you saw me using here in my spread. And again, if you are watching this after the fact on YouTube and are not currently a patron, you can join Patreon at patreon.com/myabidingjournal to get access to these live streams that will be shared on a monthly basis, and also to all of the printable stickers that I create, and to our community where you get to also participate in how we create the stickers every month, what they look like, what is the theme, and the colors and illustrations that end up in the final product for you to then go ahead and use in your journaling. And as I said, I also have a whole new tier if you are interested in being able to explore your creativity in your faith more. You can check out the Abiding Faith tier, and I'm just so excited about this community and the way that we are growing together, and I just thank you for being here. So I'm gonna wrap up. I'm going to go eat something to stop my stomach from grumbling and start decorating for Christmas. I will have some fun videos related to Christmas, including a gift guide for the Christians in your life. I also, if you're interested, maybe could do one related to journaling supplies, if that's something you would want to see. But yes, I also have a lot of New Year journaling video ideas in my head as well. So more to come, but thank you for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Until then, keep exploring your abiding creativity and document a life abiding in faith, hope, and love.